Welcome to KFC. I hope y'all are hungry. Come on in, I promise I don't bite.
We got the best fried chicken in America, made with my original recipe. And know y'all, the chicken ain't genetically modified. Just take a look for yourself, ain't nothing wrong with these chickens. Y'all think we got mutant chickens over here? Either way, y'all love this stuff. Who cares how we raise them chickens? They're good eating, and that's all that matters.
It's finger-licking good, y'all.
Literally cannot make this stuff up. This is a new official KFC commercial that they just released in the Netherlands. Somebody tell me what's going on here.
Ongelooflijk veel meal in één.
Think inside the box.
Volksmeal? Dat kan toch niet? Ik heb bewijs. Wat vertellen ze ons niet?
Volksmeals. Nu bij KFC. Ongelooflijk veel meal in één box.
So right off the bat, we got blatant satanic rituals. We got Illuminati signs everywhere, one being on the US dollar bill, even though this is a commercial in the Netherlands. We got hieroglyphs, chemtrails, and the fake moon landing. Y'all, this is a chicken restaurant. What business do they got posting this stuff? And you can sit there and say, oh, this is just a conspiracy-themed commercial. But don't forget their other commercial telling you that they are cannibals and that they serve you humans. I mean, you literally cannot get more obvious than what you just watched. And if you want actual facts, let's look at them. The founder for KFC is a 33rd degree Freemason. And when you put KFC's slogan, it's finger licking good, in the gematria calculator, it matches up exactly with the word for adrenalized blood. Anybody who is truly spiritual, who truly follows the Bible, knows that you would never joke about satanic rituals. No, they are telling you exactly what they are doing. They are telling you who they serve, and they are telling you who they serve you, which is human beings. It's because Satanists believe in something called karmic retribution. They have to tell you.
Well, hello folks, I hope you're all well. Now today I'm going to show you this KFC TV commercial that came out a few weeks ago, which is such a mockery of Christianity. And by seeing that, I hope you can see that it's always Christianity that's being mocked. This has received upwards of 1,000 complaints, but yet they still air it on TV. But really I want to show you here, not to go down the rabbit holes as was said recently. This is really a warning. This is a warning about deception. And right here in the center of here, you might say, yes, it's KFC, but the cockerel or the rooster, as we know in the Bible, when Peter denied Jesus Christ, the rooster crowed 3 times, just as Jesus prophesied that it would. And I've seen them use this in Catholicism when they march around in their hoods and their strange outfits in the brotherhoods of the Catholic orders. They have the upside down cross, which is the cross of St. Peter, and the rooster in the centre of it. So you see how that is tied to Peter, the Apostle Peter, and the denial of Christ. So isn't it interesting how this commercial opens up, this believing chicken opens up with the rooster and just this new age numerology on the trees. Do you see there? Again, this is not to promote rabbit holes. Please do not go into this. Clearly, we only need to know at a surface level that this is new age garbage, right? And that's what this is about. This commercial, which I've not seen many people break it down, but is about a initiation into a false new age religion. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you each part of it, how it is a mockery of Christianity, and it shows this innocent victim going through the woods, this forbidden forest, and he's going to be lured in. He's going to be seduced into a cult, a new age cult, a Luciferian religion, you see. So he's looking there through the trees, he's wearing binoculars, he's on a journey of exploration. This is forbidden territory. And one of the first things we see in this is that rooster and the numerology on the trees, which they have clearly placed there for a reason. And you see that's the first thing that he sees, and it looks at him, and he's innocent of this. He's been drawn in to something he shouldn't. And then we see that just very strange symbolism of that rooster there. You see how he's innocent here. He's kind of not really sure what he's seeing or what he's looking at. And this is what they're doing, folks. They're drawing people in to these Luciferian cults, these new age religion, and you know, people don't know what they're getting into, and they're being drawn into it, even through the truth movement as well. So he looks up, and then this skin comes down of this seductress, this seducing woman, like in Proverbs, the unfaithful woman, the seductress, who is, or the Jezebel, is drawing him in. And you see that she's a bit of a shapeshifter there, and her steps lay hold of hell and lead to death, as you'll see coming up in the commercial. So she goes up to him. You see how he's got his binoculars there, but you know, he's in these woods and he's being drawn in. Now all of these other cult members start emerging from the trees, and you'll see they're all wearing the same kind of clothing, which looks like, to me, possibly, again, these are all my own understanding of what they're trying to push here, but this looks like skin garb, so like nude suits, you know. So they're all in their nakedness, potentially here. If you see there, it's kind of looks a bit like this is a pagan cult in the woods, in the grove. And again, you see the same things there being pushed. Unfortunately, they've written that on the trees there. This is a new age cult, Luciferian cult, and you know, it's carnal, and they are without clothes, which in the Bible represents nakedness and shame. Like in the Garden of Eden, they were clothed, and you see there, that's what they've done to him as they've initiated this innocent boy into the cult. You see him coming up there with that seducing Jezebel woman, and the clothing is taken off or whipped off there, and it's again symbolic of shame, because God clothed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden when they took from the forbidden fruit. They made the fig leaves to cover themselves, but in God's grace he covered their nakedness and shame. So this is unclothing them. So you see the kind of gist of this: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. So she's drawing him in, and at the same time we see the birds moving, because this egg is coming, this golden egg, for their counterfeit new birth, counterfeit golden age, counterfeit new age. Again, with Christianity, you have the concept of a new birth, of being born again, and this also shows the counterfeit of baptism as well. So all of this is inverting of Christianity, Christian principles, because it's the truth, and the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So they're trying to bring this, but this egg, you know, symbolized that. This was also shown at Easter, by the way. A lot of counterfeiting and inverting of Christian, and you see how they're bringing this egg through, and it's showing basically that they're trying to bring in this new age. No point going down rabbit holes, but this is what they're showing. Then these two come through. This is the innocent guy who was drawn into this, and she is leading him on, leading him through. You know, just like Jezebel in the book of Revelation, she seduces God's servants into sexual immorality and into the eating of food sacrificed to idols. So you see that kind of unfaithful, adulteress woman being represented there. And then you see there, he's now, you know, he's been drawn into this. He's not entirely sure of everything that's going on. So he's been drawn in to become a sacrifice to their cult. And, you know, he was just in the woods, in a forbidden place, exploring. And this is the culmination of that mistake that he's made, of that sin he's chosen. And this is what they're doing to New Agers, right? This is what they're doing to some of the truth movement, where they're drawing you into numerology, into the occult, into Luciferian or New Age principles. Loads of the truth movement is New Age, of course. And they're drawing you in. And this is the lake in which he gets sacrificed, you see. So this is now, you notice here about the dawning of a golden age, the Alice Bailey theosophy stuff, which is like a counterfeit millennial reign, a counterfeit 1,000 years, a counterfeit return to Eden. You see how here they've, you know, the plants, you see in these shots now, you're seeing a lot more of this Edenic stuff. So it's, you know, the egg in the background, and she picks him up like that. Very strange indeed. And very, very creepy. And basically draws him in. And she's picked him up. And she's taken him into this lake. This hot lake. This fiery lake. This boiling lake of gravy. And she's taken him in. And almost like in a baptism, a mock baptism in the River Jordan or something. You know, very, in my opinion, very, very, very blasphemous. And she's doing this baptism into their cult, but she's actually doing a ritual sacrifice. So unbelievable that this is on KFC, and that they didn't take this off the television with all the complaints. And then she's lifted up, you see, like she's sacrificed him. She's holding him up as an offering to the Luciferian cult, and also to the birthing of this counterfeit golden age. And this figure, you see making gestures, you see there, his hands in there, very, very unnerving. And it says, believe, ritualistically, believe in chicken. And all of the cult members are worshipping like a false god. They're worshipping like the false god. And she's holding up the ritual sacrifice. And they all start like tribal dancing in their, you know, in their new age, in their golden age, and the return to Eden. And that is just clearly mocking Christianity. Just like some of the other campaigns we've seen from KFC recently. But you remember that this started off, you know, where he sees this rooster, which is a denial of Christ. Now, these things, these Luciferian New Age Theosophist garbage that they're pushing is a denial of Christ. Just like with Alice Bailey, Helena Blavatsky, it often inverts Christianity in certain ways. Expressions of people's faith, of baptism, of new birth, the inner light, and all of these New Age concepts that are being pushed in the trutherism and in the New Age religion, which today is getting, so popular. But it is ultimately based on a denial of Christ. And yeah, you can see there that they've intentionally put stuff in here. Just intentionally put their numerology, and which is ultimately, this numerology is forbidden following these type of practices, angel numbers and gates and all of these things. They're forbidden practices, they're witchcraft, they're divination. So this is what he's been drawn into. He's been drawn into this divination and this mystical cult in which he's going into sin. You're going into sinful, forbidden practices. He's being unclothed. He's being shamed by his nakedness as they huddle round. And he's sort of drawn into that. So, and then this is all ultimately part of the plan, is that it's about the birth of their new millennium, of their sun god, of Apollo. It's their mystery religions. And this is the woman, the adulteress, like the woman who rides the beast, Mystery Babylon and all of that. These false religions are part of that. So Proverbs describes her. Her feet lay down to death. Her steps, they lay hold of hell. And that is the conclusion. That is the conclusion. That it was duped in, he was seduced in, and that is his ultimate end. It's not what it appears to be on the surface. The Bible said that these things are of the Antichrist, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. So avoid this, folks. And if you ever get drawn in with this trutherism, the truth movement, into basically joining in with this divination and these numerology and basically their false religion, come out of her, my people. Thanks for watching.